Hello everyone and welcome to my stamp studio. Yes, I'm back and yes, I have a voice. Thanks for all of your well wishes. It's been a long, 2 weeks? Been a challenge with having a voice. So I haven't been able to come back and do my lives like I normally have been. And last weekend I was in a creative convention. So pretty busy over the weekend, and for some reason the internet access was horrid. So I couldn't do any lives over the weekend either. But I am here today to bring you a fun little card using the Stay Warm stamp set. Now this is one of our new stamp sets from Stampin' Up. And it just became available, September 3rd-ish. So I am going to feature this because I thought this was a really adorable set. And you don't just have to use it for Christmas or, winter. You can use it kind of for any time. I'm just trying to find my little name tag that I made over the weekend because in the convention I decided I really wanted to use that, and I don't know what I did with it. So, well, I'll have to just post a picture of it later. But I did make a name tag for my event, and I wore that. So, yeah, it was really cute. So today we're going to go ahead and we're going to be doing some embossing with this. Let me move this out of the way and we're going to get started with our card. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take a piece of basic white here and I'm going to grab my Versamark pad. And I notice I have the little sweater here. And I'm going to just go ahead and ink this up really good with Versamark ink. Now, before I do anything else, I actually need to bring in my embossing buddy here. And this is available with our embossing accessories kit. So if you don't have one of these, get one. But you could use like a, what do you call it? Fabric sheet? Fabric softener sheet? I just want to get some of this off of here. And that would work too. It's really to just get rid of the static on your paper. All right, now I have my fan going, which is not always a good thing to do when you're using embossing powder. However, it is really warm here today. Yeah, it's not like September weather. It's more like August weather. So I went ahead, I put some black embossing powder on there. And I obviously didn't do a good job with my embossing buddy here. So I'm just going to take a little paintbrush and I'm just going to remove some of that. Just where in the little extras I got some powder that I don't want to have in my design later. All right, so now close that up, move this off to the side, bring in my embossing gun, and actually I want to get over to my computer so I can actually see what you are all saying to make sure I'm in frame, because sometimes I actually do move out of frame. So I just want to make sure that I'm in frame with everything. So just give me a moment and then I'm going to start my embossing. And I don't see me live. I hope I am. Ah, there we go. Okay. Now, well, I see that I'm live, but I don't see it. Let's just close this page. Go back to this page. We'll refresh again. I see my live icon. And I don't see the live feed, though. If someone could just comment and say that hello or something, just so I know that I'm alive. Well, what the heck? Well, it says I'm live. I hope I'm live. I'm not seeing it. Let me close out of Facebook here and go over here. I know, it's a pain. Just bear with me for another couple seconds. Okay, there I am. All right. I at least see it, so that's a good thing. All right. So tell me what you're having for lunch today. I would love to hear. So I'm going to, again, start my embossing gun. Now, with the black embossing folder, and I'm hoping the gun is not too loud. I hope some of the background noises canceled out. You need to make sure that you get this embossed really well. Because if you don't, your blends that we're going to be using can kind of smear that embossing powder. And the other tip I have is you need to be very careful. So hold your heat gun away from your project. And the reason I'm saying that is because I did this 3 times and I smeared my embossing ink. So I'm just going to get this all embossed. I'm going to make sure it's really set there. And you can see it go from a powder, a dull finish to that shiny finish. Now the next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm actually going to be setting this aside so that it will cool off and set. Because right now it's still melted, and I want to make sure that everything gets set before I actually do my blending. All right. Okay, so we're just going to let that set for a moment. Now, if you notice, this stamp set didn't have any sentiments. So I am pulling in, one of my other new favorites is this Branching Out bundle. I love this bundle because I love the dies that are in it. I'll be featuring this in a couple of videos and some posts on my webpage, so you can go and check it out later. It'll be throughout the week. So I'll be putting some out there, and I'm going to be putting in this little, what do you call that? Pine cone and some little evergreen in the background. So you'll be seeing some fun things with that. Another exciting thing I have to share with this, and actually the reason I pulled this out is I'm getting the hello, because you know I always have to use hello when I have a stamp set. All right, so let's put that on a block. Now, I do plan to be live this week with my Stampin' Fun and More. I do have to move it to Friday, though. Instead of being on Thursday at 6:44, it'll be Friday at 6:44. Reason, I have a funeral to go to, so I really want to be able to have the time to spend with you, and I'll just have to move it a little bit. Okay, what I need is I'm just looking for another piece of paper. You know what? We'll go ahead and just stamp it right on here. And this time, I'm going to bring in my pumpkin pie ink. Oops, there it goes on the floor. And I've got a funny story and some fun things to share with you about the creative convention I was at this weekend. I had a great time, reconnected with a lot of fabulous people, very inspiring people and caring people. And okay, so I put nails on and I can't close my stamp pad. So I'm going to grab my bone folder, just a little tip, and I can pull that out. All right. Normally my nails aren't that long. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's get our card-based stuff going here. And I had it all put aside. What did I do with it all? All right. So I've got a piece of basic white here. And this is 4 1/4 by 11, scored in half. I've got a piece of pumpkin pie and a piece of daffodil. What I need to do is I need to trim my daffodil down just slightly. So I have my little pumpkin pie right there. And let's trim this down by like 1/4 inch. So my pumpkin pie there is 5 1/4 by 4. So I'm going to make my daffodil here be 3 3/4. 3 3/4. I really cut that funky. Hold on. 3 3/4 by 5. I don't know what I did. I did not cut straight or something. Oh no. Okay. My first piece wasn't cut right. All right. So there we go. Now, why did I do that? Because I want to layer this, and I want a little bit of that pumpkin pie showing. All right, so then I'm going to just take my little heart here, and I am going to, just a small little stamp set, take my heart, pick my heart up if I can. There we go. We're going to grab a little block. I'm going to bring in our Versamark again. I love using Versamark. It's a great little stamp head to use, and I just need a scrap piece of paper here, when you just want a watermark color. So it's actually not a color, it's just going to bring out the color of your cardstock. And I'm not really caring if I'm straight or not with these, so I'm just going to stamp all around the front. Some of this will be covered. But the Versamark pad is a must-have in your craft room because you can use any color. So let's say you're trying to match a paper and you don't have that color ink. You can use your Versamark. Now for me, I love Stampin' Up because it's Granimals for adults. I'm a Granimal girl. Dress my grandchildren in Granimals. Makes it easier to match. So, but I love Stampin' Up because their Daffodil Delight cardstock, ink, blends, everything will be matching. All right, so there we go. We're going to adhere those two together. Let's just do that now while I'm still waiting for that to cool. I'm just going to grab some of my Seal here. I'm using Seal Plus right now, and normally I don't use my Seal Plus on this. Oh, my goodness. If that happens, turn your cardstock another direction. Sometimes it catches the grain of the paper. So I'm just going to put that on like that. All right. Now we're going to bring back in our little sweater here, and I wanted to make it look like candy corn. So candy corn is what? White on top, then yellow, then orange? Is that what the colors are? White, yellow, orange? Trying to think, trying to picture it in my head. I can't picture it in my head. All right, so I'm just going to take my dark daffodil here, and I am just going to color right in here. Now, if you start, your coloring and you notice that your blend is pulling in some of that embossed area, just take it and scribble off to the side. All right, and I'm going to continue down here. Probably should have had one of these done already for you, but it goes pretty quick. Just adding some more color here. Do. And I'm going to go down to right where the hearts start. In fact, I'm going to actually go through the hearts here. I'm going to grab my brush end. And I'm just going to go. I'm not going back and forth. I'm just going one direction. I found it's better when you're doing it over the black embossing powder. All right, so there's that one. We're going to take our pumpkin pie. So I have my dark pumpkin pie here. And we're going to just finish it up here. So I'm going to go right down to the bottom. My color will lighten up a little bit once it dries there. All right, there we go. Cute little candy corn sweater. We're going to go ahead and trim this out really quick. Shoot. And I'm kind of going close to the edge. Now, our October Christmas Craft Along is featuring, this is one of our featured stamp sets in it. We're also featuring the pine tree trimmings, but we have made some really fantastic projects for all of you. So if you're not on my email list, get on my email list. I'll be sending out weekly sign up for it. I also have it in the link for it in the description of the video. So if you click on that link, it takes you to my Constant Contact event page. It gives you all the detail. And then if you want to register for it, you can register for it. We do have two options. The options are for the full craft along or just a tutorial. Now, what is a craft along? Well, a craft along is we send you a kit prior to the class, and the class will be online both on YouTube and Facebook. And I'm going to make 12 projects with you. So each day from October 20th through October 25th, I'll be doing 2 projects a day. So you can come check them out and craft along with me. Now, while I'm talking and chatting, I've already done that same thing, the black embossing powder on colored cardstock. This happens to be Darling Duckling, and this happens to be Timid Tiger. So I can put a whole pile of sweaters on here just like this. Isn't that looking cute? I'm going to go ahead and actually adhere this one down first. So let's get our seal here. Put this one up in the corner. Got our Darling Duckling here. I could have colored the shirt in Darling Duckling, but I opted for Daffodil Delight. We're going to put that one right here. And then this one we're going to pop up. I'm going to turn this at more of an angle. More angled. There we go. And now this one I'm going to pop up. So grab our dimensionals. So it is back to the craft along. So yeah, each day you will have your instructions. You get a PDF tutorial emailed to you. You get all the supplies. You'll need your own stamps, ink, and adhesive. but you will be able to make the projects each day with me. I've actually connected is not the word, but collaborated with 2 other demonstrators to bring you these projects. So all of us have made 4 projects each, and I'll be sharing those with you. And we even have a bonus project. So actually there's 13, but you know, people don't like unlucky number 13. So it's 12 projects plus a bonus. It is really going to be fun and exciting. Get your craft along kit so you can actually make everything as we do. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to fussy cut this out. And I could use a die, you know, and have a nice little label. But you know what? I like a lot of times just to cut my words out. So we're going to do hello. I'm going to kind of cut this out. I'm just turning my paper as I go because, you know, the scissors are metal. So that's not flexible. You just need to turn your paper. All right. Almost done here. There we go. Round that little corner. There. All right. Hello. Okay, let's put this there. Let's get some more dimensionals. We're going to pop that up some more. Really kind of make our card stand out here. Oh, I probably should use mini dimensionals. Hold on. So if you join me Friday night, we're going to be doing the Spooky Sweet Sweet. I know, sweet, sweet. Anyways, we're going to be making some Halloween projects, some little treat things. Now, you don't necessarily have to do Halloween. You can, you know, change out your paper and your stamp set and convert all those same projects into holiday or birthday. Totally up to you. But yes, we're going to have some really adorable projects. And I am going to make that as a class that you can purchase. And you will be able to get all the products that you need to make those cards plus more. All right, so I just put hello right there. How cute is that? We're going to go ahead and put this right on top of our basic white there. So let me just put a little bit of adhesive on that. I was thinking about popping it up, but I think I've got too much already dimension on there. So I'm going to go ahead and just, oh, that wasn't folded very well. Hold on. Let me just re-crease that. All right. I'm going to put this right on the front. I've got embossing powder all over my desk, and it's kind of bothering me. I'm going to have to vacuum when we're done. All right, so there's that. And then I'm going to bring in some of our 20, 25, 27 flat pearls because I've got the Strawberry Slush, Darling Duckling, Timid Tiger, Cloud Cover, and Secret Sea. I'm going to be using the Timid Tiger there. I really think those are cute. So let's bring this in. And here, and we'll do another one up here, and we'll do another one right over here. All right, just sprinkle a couple of those on, and there we go. A fun holiday, not non-holiday card that you can use for fall or for Halloween. So I hope you enjoyed this. I will be putting all the information in the description and the comments on what the supplies were that I used. I hope you liked this today, and I hope you join me on Friday at 6:44 Central Time for our Spooky Sweet class. All right, have a great rest of your day. Enjoy your lunch, and we'll see you all later. Bye.